back at it again, and let me say this. The craziness continues. Let's dive in.
Is this a show?
Yes,
It is?
you're live right now.
Oh, what is
Yeah,
this show?
we're live right now. This show is Liberty Hangout Show.
Liberty Hangout Show.
Subscribe, hit the
Cool.
notification bell.
Notifications, subscribe.
Can you tell us Liberty Hangout #1 YouTube channel? Subscribe. Give us a
Liberty,
little plug.
Liberty Hangout #1 YouTube channel. Subscribe to them.
Perfect. Okay, question for you. Hi guys, do you want to do a group interview here? You look cute. You gotta show that outfit off, okay? All right, real quick. I won't hold you guys up.
Me and James are both white people. Like we are in the oppressive class, and we recognize.
Am I in the oppressive class?
Yeah,
Yes.
just like we benefit from white privilege in a way that like it's not obvious, but it's in a more subtle way. I mean,
Like?
look around. Do you see any indigenous people?
Yeah, I talked to a lot today, actually.
Really? What tribes were they from?
I didn't ask because that's not important to me.
But
Do
it
you know
is.
do you know the history?
It's not
of-
important.
Man, oh man, oh man. Once again, focused on race. It's amazing how all that works. You know, we're not supposed to be discriminating against anyone, and yet that's all you point towards is race, 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 race. Did you see anybody indigenous? Race. It's crazy, man. Can we just go on with life? Like, why do we keep bringing up this race thing? It's weird.
What tribes were they from?
I didn't ask because that's not important to me.
But
Do
it
you know
is.
do you know the history?
not
of-
important
do you know
to
the
me.
history of this campus?
Tell me about it.
This was built. Most of it was built by slave labor.
Why are you here?
Many buildings
Oh.
have the names of slaveholding families.
Why do
Oh.
you go in them?
Well, because Rutgers has a legacy also on top of this with
Oh.
really radical politics. Paul Robeson went here, the famous black communist.
Communist. Should we be celebrating that?
He said that this campus has had slaves build it, and he wanted to come here. Sheesh, Louise.
Also, on top of this, with really radical politics. Paul Robeson went here, the famous black communist.
Communist. Should we be celebrating that?
Are you triggered?
No, I'm asking you a question.
I believe, communism's a great thing, actually. I mean, obviously, it's been implemented in ways that haven't been effective in some
Can you show
capacity.
me where it's
I
been
believe-
effective?
I believe naturally humans hold a collective spirit. We are not atomized individuals. Neoliberalism has torn through humanity.
So individualism is out of the picture.
I believe we all have individual.
Hold on. So he just takes the examples of it that he has in the world and just discards them. These kids will never learn.
Spirit. We are not atomized individuals. Neoliberalism has torn through humanity.
So individualism is out of the picture.
I believe we all have individual rights and the right to self-determination, as Palestinian people do as well.
Very brave.
Yes. And I also believe that naturally we are innately collective. And I believe that we all exist in a mosaic of humanity. And I think the fact that the capitalist system and neoliberalism has completely destroyed that produces ideologies like the far right that believe that in some ways ecofascism is a direct result of that.
My God, you were throwing out all these really crazy, weird terms. Ecofascism. No, they are. Like,
No, I mean,
honestly,
like,
if you talk to a normal person, ecofascism,
normal or uneducated?
that's really stupid.
The shooter self-identified as an eco-fascist. He wrote a manifesto about the climate crisis.
The what?
The shooter self-identified as an
El Paso.
eco-fascist. He wrote a manifesto about the climate crisis. He said he accepted the science and then scapegoated black and brown people as a scapegoat for the climate crisis. This is real threats that we're dealing with, and I think to say that they're not real problems really minimizes.
I never said that. I said it's silly. What is ecofascism? What is that?
It's this idea that it's a branch of far-right politics. Usually far-right people don't accept the fact that climate change is a real pressing problem.
What do you think about this? You're just a bystander. What do you identify with? Are you a right wing, left wing? Don't really care?
Don't really care.
Okay.
I'm in the middle.
Okay. What about ecofascism? Are you contributing to that?
I wasn't really listening to anything that was just said.
I don't blame you. If you want to walk away, you're totally
wait.
free to. You look
Is
like
your
you have
name-
more.
Is your name Caitlin Bennett or something?
It is, yeah.
Oh, I've seen you. I don't know. Okay.
All right, have a good day. All right, very cool, guys. I mean, I wouldn't be, if you're that conscious about slavery and the Native Americans, I wouldn't be on this campus if you told me all that crazy history. But I mean, it is really weird that you're okay with communists being here.
So we can.
Yes, I need the education.
No, I didn't say that. I said we are here getting an education so we can better the systems that we do believe are structurally oppressing people. It's not fair to just say we recognize that the history is problematic, but there's also a positive history that James very diligently pointed out.
Communists came out of the school.
Communist radicals, just people who think
that's
in
positive.
a different way. I mean, radical is an inherently positive
communist
thing.
That's okay.
Yes. The idea of communism is absolutely liberating. It's the idea of embracing a collective spirit to build a better world. I mean, what, do you have a defense of this instead of just acting shocked? Can you give me something to work with?
I'll give her something to work with. Exhibit A. This is in China, by the way. Yeah, the communist type situation that she likes so much. On the street. These are actual military vehicles that they are taking and placing in front of a bank in China. From my understanding of the entire situation, this bank basically told the people, you can't get your money. It is ours now. We are investing it for our own good. So those people who had their money in the bank can no longer access it. And China just agreed. They literally took their tanks and put them in front. Nope. We agree with them. You can't touch your money. Have fun. Figure it out. That's the type of situation and circumstance she wants. I could bring up more videos too. Y'all let me know if I need to start bringing out more examples, all right? Because I could do that. I could do that. But I'll end it there.
Yeah, so I think communism is inherently wrong because it strips away the individual. There's no more individual, so people can't be looked at as you're an individual, you're all different, you all have the right to do and be what you want to do and be and believe in. Communism takes away that ability to be who you are. It puts you in a collective to where thought is no longer about the individual. It's a collective thinking. Yes, it is. And then inherently communism is wrong because it's based off of theft. Communism is not okay because you don't have the right to your property under communism. Inherently,
you don't have the right to your property. Mighty ironic she just said that, right? Considering the clip I just showed you.
Every person has a right to their property. You don't have the right to your property?
No. Well, right now we're not living in a communist system, but I'm willing to give up. Personal property is a capitalistic notion that has been embedded in us, so we think that it's the right thing to do. Because
why isn't it right to have your property and have a right to your property?
Because private ownership is directly related to the exploitation of the people who are creating the thing.
So consent to trade with an individual is exploiting? Hold on, I'm talking to her.
No, wait, consent to trade. That's not what I'm saying. When did trade become a point
You talk about capitalism is wrong because it exploits people.
Yes.
So consensual trade, consensual trade, I'm talking to her. Consensual trade is exploitation.
Consensual trade is not happening in capitalism. It's not a barter system.
What?
Everyone's on the same playing field. Yeah. Capitalism does not produce even outcomes for people. Right.
Oh my goodness. These people have lost their minds. They have lost their minds. It does not produce equal outcomes. Of course it doesn't. Because not everybody puts in equal effort. So you're not going to get equal results. Some people time it better than others. Some people do it longer than others. Of course you're not going to get equal results. We all have the same opportunities though. This stuff is so frustrating to watch. Goodness gracious. I really can't believe that I hear folks saying this stuff. You know, I'm just going to start saying, you know what? All right, well, go live in China. It's so great, you know, right? America's so terrible. See ya.
Consensual trade is not happening in capitalism. It's not a barter system.
But also another thing. She said consensual trade isn't happening. So we're forcing people to buy our products or our services? No, we're not. If you want me to buy something from you, you have to make something that I want or I need. Then I'll buy it. Maybe. at that, that's not even a guarantee, because if your neighbor makes the same thing just at a lower cost, well, guess what? I'm going to your neighbor. Why? Because I have that option. I'm not forced to buy your product. I can buy anybody's product on the block that I want.
On the same playing field.
yeah.
Capitalism does not produce even outcomes for people.
Right.
That's the point. It shouldn't. It's trading.
I mean, if you want
It's
to
competition.
above everybody
yes.
else.
Wait, we
Some
agree.
people
say the
inherently
homeless
are
people?
better.
What
Get
do
a job.
What if we live in a
Wait, what did you say?
It's
I
trading.
mean, if you want
It's
to
competition.
above everybody
yes.
else?
Wait, we
Some
agree.
people
say the
inherently
homeless
are
people?
better.
What do you say to homeless people? Is that what he said?
If you want
It's
to
competition.
above everybody
yes.
else?
Wait, we
Some
agree.
people
say the
inherently
homeless
are
people?
better.
What
Get
do
a job.
What if we live in a system?
We don't.
We don't.
We don't. What if we live in a system?
We don't.
We don't.
We don't.
Have you read the new Jim Crow?
We don't live in a society.
Like
I see
racism
different colors of
doesn't-
people
Okay,
all
give
around
the
me
evidence.
every day.
Just give me the evidence. How do we not live in a society?
So why are 13% of black people disenfranchised right now?
Because
Is that
half-
is that
because
black
13
people deserve that.
I did not say that. No, I don't think anybody inherently deserves something based on the
Then
color of their
explain to me
skin.
why 13% of black people are disenfranchised in this country.
So 13% of the population is what makes up black people.
Millions of people are disenfranchised because of the systems
Tell me
that
the
this
system.
country is based on.
Tell me
My question would be, what exactly does he mean by disenfranchised? Because apparently their definitions mean something a little bit different than what I think some of these words mean. They think communism is this great thing. Apparently they have a different definition of it, but that would be one of my first questions, right? What is your definition? And my second question would be, what's wrong with being poor? What's wrong with struggling and coming from the bottom? Without rain, the sunshine wouldn't feel so good, right? We can't help everybody. And if that's the case, if he believes that we can help everybody, why hasn't he given away all of his money? Why is he on, a college campus and not allowing somebody who's disenfranchised or underprivileged to take his place? Because apparently him and this young lady have white privilege. They don't need a college degree, right? Of course not. They have white privilege. That makes up for it, correct? They don't need a degree. That's only for disenfranchised folk. That's only for folks that look like me. Like we're the only ones that need a degree, right?
the system.
Mass incarceration, the prison industrial complex, the military industrial complex are all perpetuated on the notion that black and brown bodies are less than white bodies.
So that's in the law.
That is prescribed in the law, yes.
Can you show me
I can
where?
show you
What's the law?
The 13th Amendment says it abolishes slavery except for the fact of people in jail, right? So it's like you have this issue of mass incarceration because black people are, for the same crime, the same amount of times they're committed, they are incarcerated more times because they don't have resources to get a lawyer. They don't have resources to get any legal defense, so they're put in jail, right? Then they're stripped of the rights.
So they're put in jail because they don't have a legal defense?
Yeah,
You
and
have the right to an attorney.
You have the right to a paralegal. It's different. A private attorney has way more political power, way more social capital than a paralegal does.
It's really disappointing. You guys
defender system isn't
You guys
funded
think so
because-
lowly of black people in this country that you think that they inherently do not have these resources. Why do you think
They
black
don't have the
people are
resources because
so
of white people.
below you?
I'm not even gonna say what I was gonna say because I was gonna say something that was pretty disrespectful. But you know what? I'm gonna keep it to myself. I'm gonna turn the other cheek, and let's just continue on because that. Honestly, I'll be polite. I'll say it really annoys me to hear them say crap like this.
You guys think so
Because-
lowly of black people in this country that you think that they inherently do not have these resources. Why do you think
They
black
don't have the
people are
resources because
so
of white people.
below you? Why are they so
They don't have the resources because of white people. See, I almost went on my rant. Almost. I almost did it. Yep. Nope. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna
Below
leave it
you.
alone.
For 400 years, dude, have you read a book?
so they're inherently why are they so below you?
Enslaved for 400 years, dude, have you read a book? book?
So they're inherently below you. You guys act like they can't do anything on their own. You want to talk about, guys, you guys want to talk about a prejudiced system and a prejudiced society. The only people I see putting black people down below them is you guys, white liberals, white communists that sit there and say, what are you?
I'm like a democratic socialist.
Okay, a communist. So you guys are the ones saying black people, based on their skin color, can't do X, Y, and Z.
No.
Yes, you are.
The system did that to them. We're not saying they're inherently.
And then there's that communist collective ideology. Yes, resist. What are you resisting?
I'm resisting you, bitch.
Wow, very progressive and brave.
Like, I don't understand what you're like, can you just tell me what you're trying to accomplish? Because I want an open dialogue with you, but you're not giving me
You just called me.
She just, yeah, she's about to say it.
Do you really?
I was just about to say that. You want to have an open dialogue with someone, but you just call them the B word? See, where I'm from, you call somebody the B word, oh, it's on. It's on. There's no more conversation to be had. Like it's on and popping from that very moment. you call someone a female dog, you call the wrong person the term for a female dog. Oh, you better be ready to fight. You better duck, because there's a fist coming right behind that last H. As soon as the H comes out, you better duck. Now we don't advocate for that, but that's just the fact. That's just the way that it is. And she's just out here throwing it around all willy-nilly and saying, "Oh well, no, I want to have a conversation with you." What? How does that even make sense? Like, she wasn't even joking. She was dead serious when she called Caitlyn the B word. These folks, man.
Wow, very progressive and brave.
Like, I don't understand what you're like, can you just tell me what you're trying to accomplish? Because I want an open dialogue with you, but you're not giving me.
You just called me a. Do you really want an open dialogue when you're calling me names?
Because I want you to give
Will
me
you
like,
apologize?
a piece of evidence. I'm sorry for calling you a bitch.
Right, thank you.
Fans at Kent State too.
Yeah, I'm sorry that you were there sucking. So actually, just for the camera, this guy was at a party at Kent State. I don't know what you were doing there, but he was giving out free jobs, wanted nothing in return.
Bro. Yeah.
I guess I was.
Why were you giving out free jobs?
Hold on, wait, I'm confused. And Caitlyn putting in all these different sounds and things.
You were there sucking. So actually,
Hold on.
Right, thank you.
Fans at Kent State too.
Yeah, I'm sorry that you were there sucking.
Hold on.
Calling you a bitch.
Right, thank you.
Fans at Kent State too.
Yeah, I'm sorry that you were there sucking. So actually, just for the camera, this guy was at a party at Kent State. I don't know what you were doing there, but he was giving out free jobs, wanted nothing.
Oh, I think he said something about Caitlyn pooping her pants or something. So she made up something about him. I think that's the situation we're in.
Thing in return.
Bro. Yeah.
I guess I was.
Why were you giving out free jobs?
Communism.
Yeah.
Give it to everyone.
Collective spirit. Yeah. Share the wealth.
Redistribute the wealth.
Okay.
The wealth is his penis.
All right. You guys think you're acting funny, but I encourage you to look at this video after we put that in there. This is going to be great.
So, interesting video there talking about, communism being this great thing. I beg to differ, but hey, that's just my opinion. I would encourage anyone who loves communism or socialism to go live in China for a year or something, and see how you like it. Live just like the regular folks and see how you come out, okay? But also, that last part was a little weird, but I think she said that because the poop situation or whatever that he mentioned. I don't know. Like, towards the end, I did notice that she was throwing in a bunch of poop sounds or farting sounds or whatever, and I think that's what he had said there towards the end. He made up something about her, so she made up something about him, or is it the truth? I don't know. I've never even looked it up. This is the second video that I've heard someone bring it up, though. So yeah, let me know in the comment section. But more importantly than all of that, the fact that they think simply because of the color of my skin, I'm disenfranchised and I'm less than, and the system is out to get me so I can never accomplish things, is just a slap in the face and absolutely disgusting. So because of the color of my skin, I can't reach the white person's level or whatever that means. Excuse me. I don't know. It's just weird how, some of the very people that want to include everyone and share everything with everyone are the same folks that want to focus on race and tell me because I'm black, like I'm disenfranchised or, you know, I'm poor or whatever else. Just like, huh? What? I don't know. It's just weird and really annoying. But anyway, as always, y'all let me know what you thought about all this craziness in the comment section below. Like, share, comment, and of course, hit that subscribe button before you go. Peace and love. I'm out.